Bearing is used to give the direction of a point from another. Let's solve some exam type questions that involves bearing. The bearing of A from B is 310 degrees. What is the bearing of B from A? First, let's draw point B. Since the bearing of A from B is given to be 310 degrees, we start measuring 310 degrees from the north in the clockwise direction, and then we draw a line to connect point A. This angle labeled theta can be obtained by subtracting 270 degrees from 310 degrees, which is equal to 40 degrees. Now this angle is equal to this angle since they are alternate to each other. The bearing of B from A is labeled beta, and beta can be obtained by adding 90 degrees to 40 degrees, which is equal to 130 degrees, and therefore the bearing of B from A is 130 degrees. Let's take a look at another question. Express the following bearings in compass direction form. 1. 068 degrees. 2. 123 degrees. First, let's draw out the bearing. 68 degrees is drawn from the north. Since this angle is close to the north, we write out our north, and the angle from the line to the north is 68 degrees, and also it is to the east. Our compass direction becomes north, 68 degrees east. For the second part of the question, for 123 degrees, we draw out the bearing 123 degrees. Since this is 90 degrees, this angle will be 123 degrees minus 90 degrees, which is equal to 33 degrees. For the compass direction, we need the angle to the south. And since this angle added to 33 degrees will sum up to be 90 degrees, we can have this angle to be 90 minus 33 degrees, which is equal to 57 degrees. Hence, the compass direction form will be south 57 degrees east. Now let's solve another question. John walked 6 kilometers due east and 8 kilometers due north. Find the bearing of the final position from the initial position to the nearest degree. Now let's sketch the scenario given. We have 6 kilometers due east and then 8 kilometers due north. And this is connected to each other. This is the initial point and this is the final point. We need the bearing of the final point from the initial position. And this is the angle labeled beta. From the diagram given, we can see that we can easily calculate this angle labeled theta. Now, how do we calculate theta? Using our knowledge of tangents, we can see that tan theta is equal to the opposite, which is 8 kilometers, divided by the adjacent, which is 6 kilometers. And therefore, theta is equal to the tan inverse of 8/6. Theta is equal to 53.13 degrees. But we need the angle beta. Since beta and theta sum up to be 90 degrees, we can find beta to be equal to 90 minus 53.13 degrees. Therefore, beta is equal to 36.87 degrees. Since we need a bearing to the nearest degree, beta is equal to 37 degrees, and since bearing is written in 3-digit form, this becomes 037 degrees. And there you have it. I'll see you in another lesson as we solve even more questions together.